This is John W. Whitehead, author of A Government of Wolves, the emerging American police state, bringing you a message about the state of our nation. If you want a recipe for disaster, take police officers hyped up on their own authority, throw in a few court rulings suggesting that security takes precedence over individual rights, set it against a backdrop of militarized law enforcement, and then add to the mix a populace distracted by entertainment, out of touch with the workings of their government, and more inclined to let a few sorry souls suffer injustice than to challenge the status quo. This is what SWAT team raids are all about. There are at least 80,000 such raids taking place each year in America, carried out on unsuspecting Americans by heavily armed, militarized police. In fact, not a week goes by without reports of hair-raising incidents by police imbued with a take-no-prisoners attitude and a battlefield approach to the communities in which they serve. The latest casualty of this court-sanctioned violence is a 19-month-old toddler who has been in a medically induced coma ever since a stun grenade launched by an Atlanta SWAT team in the middle of the night landed in his crib during a drug raid gone awry. The baby, now paralyzed, suffered extensive burns and cuts to his face and chest. There was a time in our nation's history when Americans would have revolted against the prospect of rampaging SWAT team raids, tearing through doors, terrorizing families, killing dogs, and harming innocent children. Unfortunately, today, we are increasingly coming to accept the use of SWAT teams by law enforcement agencies for routine drug policing and the high incidence of air-related casualties that accompanies these raids. It wasn't always this way, however. There was a time in America when a man's home really was a sanctuary, where he and his family could be safe and secure from the threat of invasion by government agents. The Fourth Amendment was added to the U.S. Constitution by colonists who suffered from the abuses they had been forced to endure while under British rule, among these home invasions by the military. To our detriment, we've now come full circle, returning to a time before the American Revolution when government agents, with the blessings of the courts, could force their way into citizens' homes, with seemingly little concern for lives lost and property damage in the process. At all levels, federal, local, state, the government and the police have merged, and in the process, they have become a standing army, which is exactly what the founders feared. The question we must ask ourselves is how much more innocent blood will be shed before we take back control over our government, our communities, and our lives. For more information on the Rutherford Institute, visit us at www.rutherford.org.